Yes, totally. I identify myself as a European, although I was born in Ukraine. So for some people, this might be not entirely a European identity, but if you ask any Ukrainian, for the most part, I would say they would say that they are Europeans. So there is no question about that. Well, for us, the Ukrainians, there were a few moments when we could have said we shaped our European identity, but in my personal kind of life, when I was a student in my master's, well, it's kind of, yeah, it's last year of the university where I was, and there was the Orange Revolution that happened. And I think since then there was no kind of doubt where we would want to go. So I would say that was really a shaping moment. And then it kind of was a very nice follow-up. I remember this time when we were watching the Eurovision, which was like a follow-up. And then the Ukraine won. So I clearly remember that moment. That was, for many of us, it was the exact moment when we said, like, we are part of Europe. So you kind of have a mix of political and social events with the cultural events that followed up. So, yeah, and I think at that moment winning the Eurovision was also very important for a lot of young people. I think it was the fact that we it was a kind of change of your perception that you actually can act as a citizen, that you can change the course of your country, or you can at least try, and you can be successful. So the success of this moment, although there were lots of things that didn't work out later on, and lots of disappointments, but the fact that you could, as a young person, go on the street and kind of, we were the first university to start off the whole movement in Maidan, and those days were really important for us. And then all the support that came from different international countries to actually support the people that were protesting. So that was the time that kind of shapes your identity. I'm sure that many people would say it's Brexit, which it still is, and probably because it's the freshest thing that happened, and it's a very sad thing that happened. Also, not just because kind of why it happened and how it happened, I think. So it affected a lot of people, I'm sure, around Europe. So I think that's a very sad moment. From a political perspective, I think it was the failure of the Lisbon Treaty that was a really sad moment. Since then, there were a lot of things that have gone in a very, let's say, diverse political things. But it was a reflection at the time, so it still is. It's an ongoing exercise. So those are two things that were sad moments. In recent years. Unfortunately, it's a very difficult question to answer. So I think having the best moment is I would say it's a process, because it's I still view a lot of things that are happening as a kind of transformation, and having so to say, it's a learning process. It's a learning curve. That's why probably having a very specific event that happened would be difficult to name for me. For me personally, EU has done a very important thing, because after my studies I managed somehow to become a trainee in the Commission, which was I think it was 2006, 2007, which hasn't happened to many Ukrainians before. So that's kind of being able to be part of this European dream, as many young people would like to be. It was a lot of luck, but so I would say that was a starting point in my career as well. Apart from some ongoing, very important crises which are actually being tackled, like climate change, for example, that I'm sure, and I know that there are many things that are being dealt with on the kind of from the EU side and from the kind of all the bureaucratic institutions and the legislations. I would really hope and wish for the EU to finally sort out the communication part with the citizens, because it somehow it keeps being some kind of loop situation. So it really worries me, because you don't know when the escape will crack again. It started with the Lisbon Treaty, as I mentioned, and then if we don't sort it out probably even sooner, there will be a lot more things like, well, not Brexit, but kind of unspoken realities. I don't even know how to what to call it. So I would really hope that a lot of brains could go not just from the EU side but also from everyone, and take responsibility for how we communicate about Europe and what we say about Europe. And we could go back to kind of British media that was saying things about EU for many years, and I personally blame that as a big chunk of what's happening and what has happened. But so things like this, we need to mainstream our dialogue with